Hello everyone and welcome back to Sid Meier's Civ 6, and I've been looking forward to playing this again. I've been playing a little bit in my own time. I thought as Stronghold Definitive Edition is coming to a close very soon indeed, and also Tin Heart's not too far behind, I thought we could start up a new series of Civ 6. Don't know how long it's going to last, because we're only going to get one attempt at playing this Iron Man. Or Honest Man, because there's no Iron Man in Civ 6, unlike some other grand strategy games I could mention. Cough cough paradox. We are going to be playing as Ambiorix. Now, why Ambiorix? First of all, he is pretty good with the production. I like how I production civilizations, and he's good with culture, and culture can be very useful indeed. But also, I never go for a kind of warlike civilization. I'm not necessarily going to try win a domination victory, but I'm going to try to be a little bit more aggressive than perhaps I might normally be. He is best in the very early game, and of course, over time, some other civs might overtake him, so we need to make good use at the very beginning of kind of what we can do. We are going to go for a Continents and Islands map. I just think it's a nice mix of land, water, etc. And we're going to play for a huge map on Deity, so 12 civilizations, so we're going to have to really make this count if we want to win. And we will be going for monopolies and corporations mode. The other three I think we can leave off even. Barbarians, clans, dramatic ages, and tech and civic shuffle. And we'll leave disaster intensity at 2. And we get to listen to Sean Bean's wonderful voice telling us all about Ambiorix, and of course about Civ 6 as well. And it's nice to play this again. I haven't played it for a while, so it's nice to get back into it. And it's been a long time since I've won on Deity. I've only won a couple of times on Deity, so let's see if we can do so this time.
Of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Your wits will serve you well, Ambiorix. Where the size of your armies fail, use your head and gilded tongue to reclaim your land. Your allies will follow your lead, and your strong spear arm will shatter the resistance of your enemies. Fight, great warrior king.
I also just like Ambiorix. He looks really cool. I like kind of the history behind it. I like Gaul. I like the painting, and I like the names of the cities that get created. I can't actually remember them off the top of my head, but I just think they're really fun to say. I think some of the old names back in the day were really fun to say. I mean, you know, Braintree here in the UK was called a Belgic Oppidum. How cool is that? Oh, yeah, not so much anymore. You know, we've kind of gone for slightly more, or slightly less of a tongue twister name now. But we're going to need to make use of the Oppidum, the Gessete, I'm going to say. And of course, we could do some good culture bonuses. And I think one of the few civilizations that get our unique unit straight away, which gives us a really good advantage straight away. Now, we're right at the top of the map. It's not an ideal start, but we are by lots of hills. Now, hills are important because that gets us mines. So we're going to settle in spot. It's not great, given that we're going to have to get some help. Oh no, we've got a river, so that's not too bad. I'm not thrilled by that stuff up there, but I'd like to get the whales and the marbles, so you know what, that's fine. We'll set in the spot, and we have Aduatuca, I'm going to say. Let's get going. I would love... Ooh, desert, okay. I would love to find a natural wonder pretty early on. That'd be excellent. Not so much for so much for the faith game, but just because it's really cool to find one, and also can provide some very good bonuses. We're going to go for a thing and not a scout. I would normally go for a scout, but I find that actually going for the thing will be good, because then that will really boost our code of laws once it gets produced. So in the meantime, we're going to go for mining, would you believe, because that is very much what we need to do with Gaul. So the first few turns we're pretty much just going to be exploring, see what we can find. We'll go on the hill here. We found a village there. I'm not thrilled by the amount of desert over here. Desert is really not Gaul's strong point. I mean, we can make something work with the hills, but still, I'm hoping there's going to be more over to the left, which is not desert, because this could prove troublesome for sure. And we have found Nan Madal. Hopefully we're the first people to meet Nan Madal. We are. So that's some extra culture in the capital, which is excellent. It's already going to boost code of laws. And your districts on next to coastal lake tiles provide +2 culture, so we can really actually ramp up the culture in this game, which is excellent. What do we get from the village? We get 40 gold. That's okay, it's better than nothing, but I'm really not a fan of the desert here. We're really going to need to find something else here, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Let's head this way, see if we can find anything past Nan Madal which will help us out. But that's going to be a nice early code of laws for us, for sure, which is excellent. Let's go up here. Please, let me coastline. Let's hope there's another bit of land over there. We'll send the slinger over to the east to see what we find there. But I'm not thrilled by our starting options for sure. But we've found another continent which boosts our foreign trade. Excellent. It's not great starting right by the edge of the map, because then here I'm stuck between desert and between... I was about to say marshland, but it's tundra, but it's not ideal for sure. But let's get code of laws down.
It is not wisdom. It is not wisdom.
And we will get faith and gold with God King, and we'll also go for discipline. I'd like to get some form of pantheon if entirely possible. Ooh, this terrain is not looking great. I must be honest. But we're doing really well in terms of culture, which is excellent. So let's go for foreign trade. We might be able to trade with Nan Madal, even though really we'd actually be better off going for the other one, because craftsmanship would give us a Gogi, which is a much better policy card, I should say. But I really just need to find something a little bit better in terms of terrain, otherwise we're going to really struggle here. Let's go for a settler, or we can go for a builder. You know what, let's go for a builder. We haven't found anywhere particularly good yet to... we haven't found any particularly good yet to settle, so there may not be a need to do so. We're finding a lot more tundra. That's not great for our purposes. Okay, so let's get the technology tree out, and we are going to go for bronze working, but that's 27 turns. No, we're not. We will go for animal husbandry. No, there's no point doing animal husbandry because they're all hills. Okay, let's go for pottery instead. Possibly even... Actually, no, let's go for sailing. Sailing, there we go, 10 turns. We just need to find somewhere to be able to settle, which is not tundra or desert. And right now it's not looking particularly like we're finding much. But we might end up being okay later on.
That's the positive aspect of trade.
We'll just have to see.
The world.
Okay, let's go for craftsmanship. Weird that we haven't met anyone else yet apart from Nan Madal, but so be it. Oh, there we go. Running my head, and we've found Caesar. I am Caesar, destroyer of conspiracies in the Alpine Woods and the Senate alike. I want to meet you, sir. Where's your capital in comparison to me? It's down there. Rome. All leads to Rome. Or roads lead to Rome, even. I messed that one up, didn't I? So, he hates barbarians, like civilizations that clear out barbarian outposts, does not like civilizations that ignore barbarian outposts. Well, I'm technically a barbarian, because I'm Gaul and you're Rome, but sure, let's just gloss over that fact. I'm not sure if Julius Caesar and Ambiorix ever met, but I'm sure they wouldn't be best buddies even if they had met, which they probably didn't. So we're going to have to see how this goes. They're over there, we're over here, but I'm just... being somewhere between tundra and desert is just a terrible start, really. We're going to have to see if there's anything down here by this giant octopus that's going to salvage this situation, but right now I'm not seeing a huge amount that's doing so. And we're not progressing as quickly as I would like, but we're keeping up in terms of science and culture for the most part with Caesar at the moment. But if we can see some of the stuff down here, that would be excellent. Let's get you moving back this way just to see what's over here. Okay, we could maybe get a city down here, but it's a long way to go, especially as it seems that Rome is not all too far behind, and it's going to be a long way to travel. But there's a...
The Pantanal is the most complex intertropical alluvial plain of the planet, and perhaps the least known area of the world.
Well, I said I wanted to find a natural wonder, and I did so. And the Pantanal could actually be pretty nice. Of course, you can't build on it, but if you put a... what is it called? If you put a pasture down, not a pasture, if you put a preserve down and add a grove on, that's going to make some really good faith and culture boosts there. So we're going to push that with everything we've got, really. In fact, I might even switch out the builder, but the builders need done now, so there's no point finishing that off. But if we can't get there before Rome does, then we're going to have some trouble. And we've met Pericles.
Ho Pericles ton Athenon eimi, kai dexiumai se hepetes demokratias.
Okay, Pericles. Pericles isn't usually too bad to deal with, although he's very close down there. So, he likes civilizations that aren't competing for the same city-state allegiance. Well, we're probably going to be fighting over Namadael. Oh, there is so much culture here. We're going to really want to push that if we can. And hopefully we can find another city still over here, or we might just need to take out the Greek ones down here, but they're not that good with the deserts either. So there's definitely some issues that a lot of people are having in this area. But we definitely want to push down there if we can. If we can get a trade route over to Rome, that'd be great, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to reach. It's a long old way to go. There was an eruption over there, so that's going to help the terrain a little bit. But I just want to make it down to Namadael, or down to the Pantanal, because there's culture here, there's culture there. Oh, there's not many hills, but we can really get a huge boost of culture there, which is going to be excellent. We just need to make that work, and there's plenty of production down here, so we can probably think about a second city over there. But it looks like it's going to be... Okay, with Auckland there, that's going to be problematic, however. You're going to have to... No, we've got a slinger. Let's bring the slinger back to deal with this barbarian encampment. Not actually thrilled by Auckland being there. I like Auckland as a city-state, but it's going to kind of be in the way where it is, unfortunately. We're going to get a bit of quarry up here. It's obviously not a mine, which is what Gaul is all about, but nonetheless we will do so, as that's going to help us considerably. It looks like the majority of our cities might actually be here towards Rome. 16 turns for a settler at the moment, but I'm hoping that's going to change pretty soon. Let's make sure our workers are doing something sensible. Yes, they are. Good. We'll get marble in, so we have a luxury resource. We might even go for Wales as well, but I probably want to just keep on working on my culture more than anything else. But I'm seeing lots of nice land to expand down here. We just need to beat Rome to it, and 13 turns is still a considerable amount of time before we're going to be ready. We might even go for the fishing boats, to be honest. That might be a better option. Okay, let's go for bronze working. It's 23 turns away. It's a long time to wait, so let's take animal husbandry. Let's take pottery, because then we can go towards the science district, and that's arguably a lot more important. 13 turns I'm not thrilled about for a settler, but we're going to have to make this work one way or another. And we're not really producing many of our unique units, but so be it. We still haven't got our thing yet, our pantheon, so we've got to keep cooking in for the time being. But I will work on... Is it early empire to get me the extra settler? Or the production towards settlers? Yes, it is. Because I would like to get some out a little bit quicker if I possibly can. Let's get the quarry in, or this marble into the empire. It's not going to give us our culture bomb or our additional culture, but it's still going to bring the marble into the empire. I actually want to work on probably the fish next. Or I could go here. I could go here and culture bomb, which might actually be a fun thing to do. That will give us some additional culture, which would help us towards early empire. So Greece is worshipping a pantheon of the gods. That's okay. And we are going to build it down there, just so it actually helps a little bit more with expansion. And we found a village. Excellent. Hopefully that could, if that would give us a settler, that'd be excellent. It's not going to, but it'd be lovely if it did. We're going to have to clear this out before we deal with anything else. I could, I think, now buy myself a trader, which I'm going to do. I think the only place it's going to be able to reach is either Auckland or Namadael, possibly Ephesus down here, I'm going to say. I'm going to be terrible with some of these names for sure. And we found another city-state. We found Mogadishu. There's a lot of weird terrain going on this map, but we're the first to meet Mogadishu, which is 4 gold in the capital, and their unique bonus is quite nice with our traders not having to be worried on water, but we're not at that stage yet, so that's fine. 8 turns still a settler. As long as we can beat Rome to the Pantanal, I will be happy. That's going to be the main thing, really. So, yeah, the only place we can reach right now is Namadal. I'm surprised we can't reach Auckland yet, but I'm guessing we don't actually know how to get there just yet because of the thing in the way. But for now, we will just send this to Namadal. It's a 3 extra gold, and will build us a route down that way. And will also give us a road and some extra money. What's here in the village? Boost towards any empire. That's actually pretty useful. That will help with our settling going forward. I just want to beat Rome to the Pantanal. If I don't beat Rome to the Pantanal, we're going to have some serious problems. But that's such a huge boost in culture that we can really think about our culture game here. Especially as we're Gaul, and we do have pretty good culture generation starting. It's going to be a slow start, but we're going to get there. Of course, on Deity, they have 3 cities and we start with 1. Well, they start with 3 settlers, we start with 1, which is one of the issues with starting of Deity. We're always going to be that little bit behind. But I'm hoping we're going to be okay here. Let's keep exploring down this way, see what we find. We could even double city, actually. We could city 1 here, city 2 here. So we can get benefits from both sides of the Pantanal. Yeah, I like that. That's going to be good. I wonder if fishing boats give. They have food and culture. Which is going to be good, so I'm actually going to go for the whales up there. And we're going to keep our stinger moving towards our spearman. That's annoying. We're going to have to probably get our chap to come back pretty soon. But it's going to take so long to get there, there's almost no point. But that's okay. Let's keep on going. And actually this trader will help the settler move a little bit quicker. It looks like they're going to push us, so we're going to stay in the forests and fight at them. My concern is if they start spawning boats, that's when things are going to get troublesome. But let's move you to here. Let's give us some food. I don't know why it said culture, because it wasn't going to. But let's make sure we're working the correct things that we want to. 2 food, 1 goal, 1 production, 2 goals. It doesn't matter which one we do. We probably should have actually focused on some of the more of the hills, but that's okay. But we can really up our culture this way, which is going to be excellent. We'll just need to get another builder out before we can do that, for sure. Pericles is happy that we're leaving the city-states to him. But I think probably we'll want to get Namadal for ourselves, just so we can really lean into the culture game here kind of completely, really. Let's keep firing at this spearman. If we can kill the spearman with this slinger, that will give us a boost to archery, which is very good, and we do have a promotion. I'm concerned they're going to spawn another unit pretty soon, so we're going to be a little bit careful. It looks like the majority of our expansions are actually going to be over here, not at our original capital, which is fine. It's not quite what I intended. But Greece has sent us a delegation, so it suggests to me that me and Greece could probably be buddies for the most part. They're going back to the barbarian encampment. So that's not really what I wanted, but hey ho. Let's go for animal husbandry into archery, and then we'll go for bronze working. But I would like to get the oppidum down as soon as possible, but we just need a little bit more science if we're able to do that. At the moment we're doing better in culture than we are in science. Let's promote you. Next turn, hopefully we can go kill them before we have any issues, which may or may not happen.
Look back over the past.
Okay, early empire.
Changing empires that rose and fell.
Okay, we still can't change policy just yet. We are not ready for any to change over because we still need our pantheon, and that's important. Let's go actually for mysticism. No, let's go for state workforce. We're towards political philosophy. We'll come back for mysticism, because by the time it's going to be ages before our settler gets over towards the Pantanal. And I know I'm probably fixating on the Pantanal a little bit too much, but I think it is going to be worth it if we can make it there safely. Governor, we will go for Pingala, pretty much my first appointment for anyone, and he's just going to help us with our science and our culture generation, because our science is just a little bit too slow at the moment for my liking. We'll probably purchase a builder. Rome has settled Ravenna. Where is Ravenna? As long as Ravenna's not by the Pantanal, I'm happy. We could probably get another city down here. It looks like we're going to be pretty much setting all our cities over there. It's a long way to go straight away, which I'm not thrilled by. But I'm hoping this trader will help somewhat. Over to the Pantanal as quickly as possible, please. There's not many great spots that you're going to be able to go to. Probably there is going to be one. Because I don't really want to be up by the tundra if we can help it. But that will get you the majority of luxuries nearby. But you wouldn't be able to take much advantage of the Pantanal there. That's the only problem. You could try and make it down here, but that's a long way to go. Because Ravenna is going to be down there somewhere. We may not manage that one, but we're going to give it a go. It's going to be about 13 turns, give or take, to get there. We could settle here, which is obviously less, but there's not going to be as much useful stuff there. But we'll take that spot as an initial marking point, and then we'll keep going. We're going to go for another settler here. We just need to pump out some cities to take over this land before Rome does, and establish our loyalty before Rome does. Let's hopefully not have to deal with another barbarian there. Rome has dealt with a barbarian outpost. That's not a huge problem at the moment, at least. Let's keep on exploring, see what we find. There's a galley. That's going to be from this barbarian encampment, so let's clear it out. That's 30 gold. Boost to military tradition, and also a era score, which is wonderful. And I've recently installed the mod, which adds colour to this, which is very nice indeed. So we are now avoiding a dark age, which is very good, but I'd love to push to a golden age as pretty much as soon as possible. Obviously no heroic age, as we haven't been in a dark age before. I'll get my slinger to come down, see what's here past Auckland. We might be able to sneak in another city over there. But as soon as we get enough faith, we're going to switch over our kind of government or our policies to include the settler production. And a victorious army is one led by Victor, absolutely. I actually agree with that, Julius Caesar. I think me and you could be friends, although probably not, because you're Rome. But he seems to like us somewhat. Oh, because we cleared out the barbarian outpost, that's why. He likes us, I would imagine. So let's get this slinger moving back this way to see what we can find. It'll take a long time before that settler's ready to do anything useful. Can I get myself a builder out here? I need 5 more gold, which I'll get next turn, that's not a problem. But I would like to get my Pantheon as soon as possible, so I can start focusing on other things, like settling, because 12 turns out is still a long time for a settler. There's my Pantheon, which means I'm going to go to my government, and I'm going to change my policies for 30 gold. We'll wait for the builder for one more turn. I want to get my settlers out more than anything else. Doesn't mean we're going to lose all our faith, but I'm not really going for a faith game at the moment. And we're not seeing many barbarians, so we'll go for Agogi as well, so we don't have to keep changing it all the time. And that should increase the speed of our settler going forward. I'll have to see next turn. Right, Pantheon. Anything good left? Probably not, because it's taken a while to get there. Initiation rights. I would love something from mines, because that's where we're going to really boost ourselves. Strategic resources, we haven't really found any yet, but the production of faith could be pretty useful. Or we get faith from mines. We don't really need faith for much unless we find Valletta. So I'm going to go, or we go God of the Sea. How much sea we're actually going to be dealing with? A little bit. No, let's go for God of Craftsmen. It feels appropriate for our civilization. Haven't found any iron just yet, but that's because we haven't kind of located it. But we may find some horsemen down here as well. That will help, but I would like to probably, after animal husbandry, head towards bronze working even though it's going to be a long time to wait before we're ready for that. Okay, it's speed forward time. I'm going to send my unique unit over towards Rome just to see if we can get in his way somewhat. Now, it's still 7 turns away. Was that as much as it was supposed to be? Was it? How much was it before? It might have been 13 or 14, to be honest. Because the extra production, I'm hoping, is helping to some extent with our settler. And let's just... Okay. We need to get 5 gold from somewhere. Pericles, I'm going to make a deal with you. How much would you buy open borders for? 17 gold, excellent. Because I trust you enough. That's fine. But I want to buy a builder this turn at our capital, so we can keep working on the fishing boats and the mines, because then we can really boost our culture. But we're growing a little bit slowly for my liking, so we need to really work on that. But look how good the culture is here. I wish there was some water somewhere in the centre here. It would be excellent. In fact, if we can push this side, then there is the river, and we can really make this work.
Dogs in heaven,
we might even be able to fully max out the Pantanal with preserves, as long as we get that done correctly. Did we find the... Oh, we found some cavalry here as well. That makes this land even better. Any cavalry or horses near by us? No, because there's not really... There's a lot of hills, and I don't believe horses can spawn on hills, so that's fine. Let's go up to the fish, because I think we need to up our food production, because we're growing pretty slowly at the moment. Okay, let's make sure that we're not going to be forward settled. I mean, I know we're kind of forward settling him, to be perfectly honest. There's some amber up there. That's okay. A little bit of a slow start, but we're not too far behind Caesar. We're quite far behind Pericles there. But I'm hoping with stay workforce we can get ourselves back on track a little bit. Let's get some food down. That gives us celestial navigation. And I'm actually going to switch out one of these things just to give my... It's a little bit less gold, but it's more food, and that is important for our growth at the moment. We're just struggling a little bit, which is to be expected with Gaul, but it would be nice. If we get Auckland as well, that would help. That would give us extra shallow water production. And then another one once we reach industrial era, which would be really useful indeed. But we're actually going to do the same. Are we going to do the same again? That might be too silly. That might be a little bit too much. Let us... Well, we do need to keep growing. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep doing that. And what else can I take off? I do like the extra production, though. The extra production is nice. Is that going to really help us that much? It's only going to give us 1 extra turn, so that's fine. That's okay. 7 turns, and then 4 turns to another settler comes out. Pantanal with the preserves is such a good tactic. I've never managed to actually try it before, but I really want to give it a go. We're going to put down a mine over here. We can put down the copper to get some extra gold. That might work better, actually. As long as it's a mine, not a quarry, we'll have to make sure. As we don't get any benefits for quarries, weirdly, but we do for mines, so that's the main thing. How is our settlers doing? I'm going to probably settle by the river first if we can get away with it. If the loyalty is okay, which it seems to be at the moment. We're definitely going to have to get rid of that copper to make sure our settlers are okay. We're going to settle on those woods there. Weirdly, stone is not actually going to help us as Gaul. It's kind of actually going to get in the way somewhat, because it's not... They're not hills. We can make this work where we can... I'm sure we'll make it work somehow. We'll find a way. Okay, I'm just going to keep my unique unit there. You are going to... Still 7 turns together, goodness me. It's definitely a little bit of a emigration straight away. Okay, looks like Greece is settled by Auckland, so there's not much we're going to be able to do there.
It is equally important
we're going to have to commit to settling over this mainland here.
As it is to have a profitable bottom line.
Government plans would be nice, but it's not a priority at the moment. Let's go for political philosophy, as we have indeed met 3 city-states. Let's promote Pingala and get myself some more science, because our science is just falling behind. and we can't make use of the Oppidum at the moment, which is troublesome. Now, why is that heavy chariot from Rome taking damage? That's mildly concerning. We really need to get the city down ASAP though, and then we'll settle like 3 more cities, possibly even 4, all the way around the Pantanal, and then just cover it in groves pretty much, because it's going to be a hugely. If we just go to appeal, yeah, there's such good appeal here. That's the thing. We can really make this some quite incredible land, and then we can put down Rayna, who's quite good with the land which has not actually got any improvements on it. We can really make that work. Okay, that's a mine, so that will give us production and culture. So that's actually probably better than building it somewhere else. That gives us the advantage of the wheel, and that's one of our better tiles actually weirdly better than the marble. But we just needed to boost the fisher boats because we needed to grow quicker. This is just one of the issues we're having. Okay, we're doing okay. It's a bit of a slow start due to our location, but I'm fine with that. We might even be able to settle somewhere down there. Ancient area ends in 10 turns. We could go for a monument, or we could go for Government Plaza. Government Plaza would be good. We'll go here, because that will give us 2 culture if we were to get Nan Madal on side. So let's do that. Aha, there's a barbarian there. That's why Rome's taking damage. Let's get this settler moving. He, for now, can go kind of there, and we'll deal with him later. Because we'd probably be better off getting just any new settlers out in production at our new cities once they're down. I say that'd be the much better option. We could, of course, build some in the middle where there's no water, but that doesn't feel very useful, to be honest. Let's go help out Rome. We're actually generally quite friendly with Rome. We can actually declare friendship, so we'll do so. I have Octavian, Antony, and my dear Brutus amongst my friends, and now you. Oh, Caesar, if only you knew about Brutus. Et tu, Brute. I was actually reading about that earlier today. Weirdly, I was on my way home from work. I was reading about Caesar and his assassination. Spoiler alert. Wow, you are having real issues with barbarians here. And actually, you're going to really like me if I deal with all these barbarians for you. So, you know what? I'm happy to do so, but only as long as you still allow me to settle where I want to settle. Right, let's get bronze working into iron working done. We've been holding off way too long for that, and Pericles is storming away with science. But what is up here? Why is there so many issues? But we'll settle up there as well. We'll settle one like here, one up here, one there, maybe even one down there. And it's, you know, I would have loved to have settled more cities by now, but needs must. I'm also concerned that I haven't found any iron, which means our Pantheon's going to be kind of terrible. Although we can use it with the horses, I suppose it's better than nothing. We're not really going for a faith game anyway. Catastrophic eruption out here, that's fine. Let's just heal up. I just want to make sure we're okay. Actually, no, just take out this warrior, because that might help with bronze working, to be honest. Is that going to be 3 by range healed? Yes, it is. That's going to improve bronze working, which is excellent. Is that a cat? Since when did the barbarian scouts have cats? I don't think I've ever seen that before. They always have dogs. I mean, I love cats, don't get me wrong. More than dogs, but that's just quite surprising, in all honesty. Right, we need to get this city down before loyalty gets out of hand. It's going to be a long way away, and if Caesar has a golden age, we're going to be in trouble, because we're going to only be in a normal age. I don't think we're going to get to a golden age in time, unfortunately. Because we're not going to get the Oppidum downtime. I realised that we haven't found any iron yet, but that's because we haven't got bronze working. That was a bit silly of me. Okay, let's get ourselves sorted. Once we get ourselves with a few cities down, over here we can actually get things sorted. We will probably just make a middle city even up here. It's going to be terrible because it's all in tundra, but we could probably make it work eventually, and that will just probably, it can work as a trading city if nothing else, I would say. Am I happy with this location here? I think I am. We will need to clear that copper out to get best use out of the Pantanal. 1, 2, 3, because yeah, that's going to be the big focus there. Oh, the Pantanal is so good. It's not great because you can't work it, but if you, with the addition of the preserve, you can really make it good. So let's get our new city down. It's going to be Samara. Okay, that's an additional 2 city, another 2 era score. We might be able to make this work. You are just going to go for a builder. How's loyalty? Loyalty should be okay at the moment. Go for a builder. What are you working? They're pretty much all 2-1, so I imagine that is what you're working. Yes, you are. Excellent. And that's actually a good amount. Oh yeah, and also we get some bonus era score for settling near the Pantanal, I would imagine. Yeah, so 3 for settling within by the Pantanal, 1 for the river, and 2 for being the first on a new continent. So that's pretty good. But still a long way to go, and I'm actually annoyed that there's so much stone here. It's going to be good for production, but they're not mines. Right, he's not happy about something. But as far as I'm aware, I can't see any barbarians near me. And Pericles is happy that he's doing all the exploring, not me. But I do want to get an Amidal inside, because if we're getting down this government plaza at Aduatuca, then that will give us an additional culture by being next to the coast. Should be very nice indeed. We could even get another one down there, possibly a science district, depending, because it's next to... Actually, yeah, that works, because it's next to the geothermal fissures. I'm actually quite happy with that. That was an accidental planning. Right. Ooh, we might just get there with political philosophy in 4 turns. It's going to be close. I doubt we're going to get what we need in terms of era score, but it'd be really lovely to get a sneaky golden age right at the very end. I do also hope we have some iron nearby, because that'd be really useful.
Bronze is the mirror of the...
Do we have some iron nearby? We do! Hallelujah. Right, let us buy ourselves a builder, 230. Okay, we can get that in pretty much 1 turn, but if we can just do some stuff to Pericles, that sounds strange, but sell some stuff to Pericles or similar. Here, have some open borders. Will you give me some gold? I just want, like, I think it's 17 gold I want. Would you give me 17 gold? Yes, you would. Excellent. I have open borders, but I want 17 gold. No, I needed 18 gold. Okay, Pericles. How are you, sir? I'm going to give you... I'm not going to give you Sembrovia. That's annoying. I should have checked how much gold I needed first. Okay, I want 1 gold. I actually want 1 gold off you, Pericles. What would it take? No, he's not willing to trade that, and there's the only 2 people we've met. Bugger, we're going to have to wait 1 turn. That's okay. Someone's finished the Great Bath. Actually, quite a slow Great Bath. Normally they finish it around turn 35, not turn 50 on Deity, so that's interesting. Namadal doing well, taking out these barbarians. I think it's Namadal. Oh, yes, it is. I thought it might be Pericles there for a second, but no, it's Namadal. There is our government plaza down. Not much that we need at the moment, but in future we will do. Although that might have just blocked off our Operatum, but with 17 turns away it's going to take a while to get sorted. Could go for another settler, or we can get a builder, which we're just going to purchase. Could get a monument, that's some additional culture, would be nice. But let's go for something else instead. Granny will give us food and housing, only 1 extra food, it's hardly worth it at the moment. But we do need it. 13 turns for settler. No, let's go for a monument. let's keep boosting our culture. We're playing a good culture game here, especially as we can promote Pingala now. And that will give us another 3 culture, which will get us political philosophy even sooner. We're close. We're going to be close to a golden age, but not quite close enough to tip us over the edge, I think, unfortunately. I could have got a builder at Summer Breather, but I'm not sure it was I'm not sure it would have worked. I think we can make better use of it over in our capital. I'm just going to turn up the music, because I can't remember if there's music in this, or music in for Gaul. I presume there is. I'm just yet to hear it. Oh, it is playing in the background. It's just kind of these groany horns, which you can't really hear. Okay, let's get a mine down there. That's going to get us some production, some faith, some culture. Really, iron is pretty useful. We're getting some music now, which is good. Some iron down there as well. Excellent. Let's keep exploring a little bit with our unit. We haven't really been very fighty this game, which is of course that's what Gaul is good at, but we haven't really decided to do so, unfortunately. But hey ho, looks like we've now found this Greek city-state, or Greek city by the city-state of Auckland. That's Corinth. We could go take that out. That should be pretty good for us. Why is there faith there? What have they found? There must be a reason there's faith there. Unless, what have they taken? They've taken Earth Goddess. That might be... And let's just check the appeal. Aha, yeah, that'll be it. I reckon they've got... The reason they've got the faith there is because of... It's going to be because of their pantheon. Okay, that's fine. I suppose we could have done the same ourselves, but again, we're not really vying for faith this game. Rome has settled Cumae. Where is that all? Cumae? I think it's probably Cumae. Look at the little kitties. We've never had cats before. That's never been a thing. Let's go take the kitties for ourselves. They're my cats now. Okay, let's keep going, keep searching. There's a lot of good land here past Corinth. Corinth might just have to quietly be assimilated into the Empire. Love to see. But currently, Corinth is... Pericles has got a lot more military strength than we do. But if we can get an Amadel on side, that'd be excellent. We've got 2 envoys sent. We need 1 more. What was entered the classical era? We weren't there
Politics is the art
quite
of
yet.
the possible,
That's
the
fine.
attainable, the art of the next best.
And what do I want to go for here? Cities with districts receive 1 housing, 1 amenity. 1 yields for each government building in Palestine City. Let's go for Classical Republic. It's my standard one I go for. And so we can go for Charismatic Leader to get some additional influence points. And we can go for Urban Planning, some extra production. I'm going to switch out the colonization. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that in for now. And I put Ilkum as well, just to get our builders and setters out even quicker. And thankfully, both Pericles and Caesar are in a normal age, so there's not going to be too many loyalty issues going forward. And I'll go for monumentality, because I'm going to be building a lot of oppidums in this era, I would think, anyway. Let's just actually promote this unit, so it's fully charged in terms of health. Fully charged, that's not a thing. Fully healthed. And then also a little bit better at taking out the scout there. Once we've got political loss, I'm actually going to go track back and get mysticism. It's only 1 turn. It gets us an envoy, which would get us an Amadel, which would also help us get a culture up because we've got a district down by the coast, which is excellent. Oh, there's some really good lands past Corinth. I think Corinth is going to be a target for us. Because past Corinth, I reckon we're going to have some good places to go to. So we'll probably just requisition the armies of Amadel,
is the mistake of an
and we'll head up there.
Individual symbol for a universal one.
So we don't need any of that, but I'm glad to get the preserve ready and waiting. And Let us go for another civic salt. We'll go for military tradition just to get the flanking and support bonuses. Now, where do I want to put this second city down? Because I'd like it to still have an effect. I could put it down here, and then it would still have an effect on Pantanal, because it's 3 away. Yeah, that'll do. And then it'll be by the coast, so we can get some more districts down by the coast. And that would work as well. There's plenty of iron down there, so yeah, we can really expand over here nearer to Rome. This will be our main expansion area. Unfortunately, our capital, I think, is going to be a little bit forgotten further back, but we'll get this iron mine down. And now that's a pretty good spot, actually. Look at that. That is 1 faith, 1 culture, 1 science, 1 food, and 4 production. As with Gaul, you always have slightly slow growing cities, but you do have excellent production. And of course that's helped Culture Bomb as well, which is really nice. And that's also helped with our ironworking as well. That's going to get us closer to the Oppidum. This might not have been a standard Gaulic strategy, and I'm by no means the best Civ 6 player, but I'm liking this so far. It's certainly a little bit of a strange start with the terrain, but it means we can rush the Pantanal, which I'm very thrilled by, and we will get Namadel sorted. They do have a quest for us, which is Eureka for irrigation. Have we not got irrigation yet? I guess we don't. But that's not really a priority for us, as we don't really have any luxuries around that require it. But we are going to watch our Mente levels at the moment. But we will become Suzerain of Namadel. So that's another 2 era score. I'm hoping we'll be able to head for a Golden Age this time. That's a very healthy amount of warriors. We could push Corinth straight away if we wanted to. Where's our slinger? Slinger's over here. We do have archery, so let's bring our slinger back. We'll leave this warrior over here, or this Gassete over there to just protect over there in a moment. And we will settle down there next turn. And we will be taking Corinth, I think. It's in the way, and there's going to be some good terrain past there, I think.
I don't underrate the
want
value
Corinth.
of military knowledge, but if men make war
So
in
that's going to be
slavish
useful.
obedience to rules,
Let's go for... We'll go for Games of Recreation next, before we go for Drum... Oh no, let's go for Drum Poetry. We're really rushing the culture this time, actually. Although I would like... Nope, I've changed my mind. We'll go for Games of Recreation, because I want the Mausoleum. And the Mausoleum is not something that the AI usually rushes on Deity, I've noticed. 1 science, 1 faith, and 1 culture for all coast tiles of the city. Sounds okay, right? But great engineers have an additional charge, which is really useful, given we're building Oppidums, which pretty much generate constant great engineer points. So really worth doing, and they can really boost the kind of middle game in terms of wonder production, which is excellent. Right, this builder here has got 2 more charges. What can we usefully do with this builder? Because it's too far for him to head over there, there's not really any point. Let's go over here, and he can build... We'll just pretty much put mines everywhere. That's going to be okay. So, you should be ready to settle next turn. And finally, this place will have another... Finally, this place will have another person working on it, which means things will move a little bit quicker. The gifts of Rome: bread, olives, cheeses, garum. It is, as well as my good favour, are said to grant long life. Your delegation is most welcome. Thank you very much, Caesar. I appreciate it. I thought you might be really, really warlike, but you seem to be okay. We will need to see your hidden agenda, though. That might change things a little bit. Looks like Rome really hasn't expanded down this way very much, because we can't see... It doesn't look like they've expanded down there at all. But I would like to settle down there. But we'll get this city settled... Did we get this city settled first? That one city is relatively safe. This one down here, where we would like to expand to, not so much. 9 turns. It's going to be an aggressive settle towards Caesar. But we'll give it a go. We can always retreat that settlement back if needed. Okay, let's get another production and culture here. And our capital. 18 turns. Right, let's make sure we're actually focusing on food, please. Just for a second, I know that you like the 2 food. I know you like the production, for sure. But at the moment, we just need to focus on food a little bit. That production is very nice, however. But 18 turns is not something I'm willing to take. It's just too long. So we'll take off some of the gold for now, but we'll leave this production on. Does mean a slight lack in culture, but we're actually winning in culture at the moment. I say winning in culture. We're winning amongst the 3 people we've met. Salve. Caesar, salve. Okay. We are going to rush that settler down, but with Rome so nearby, it may not be possible. How much do we need to take over the military? 305 to take over the military of Nammadao. I want to get to them before they get walls down, if we can really help it. We don't seem to have any siege weapons or siege units, which I think we would like to try to focus on. So we probably want to focus on engineering or something which gives us the ram, which is, oh, that's going to be masonry. So we can focus on masonry afterwards. And we're going to save up enough money to hopefully go to war with Greece next turn, which they're not going to like very much, for sure. I say next turn, it's not going to be next turn, but it's going to be soon. We don't really need a preserve here in the capital. We could, however, go for Warlord's Throne, but it feels kind of not very useful in the short term, I would say. Instead, let's just get a... Do we want a couple more units? We could go for an encampment, but they're kind of terrible. Ancestral Hall might be nice. New cities receive a free builder. That would be good. Or... And we're not going to be producing many settlers in the city. Or we go for Audience Chamber. Let's go for Audience Chamber, because that's just going to help with our amenities and housing going forward, because we are going to start putting governors down in a lot of different places. We will put down another mine. We'll leave that mine there free, because we might put down another district there to kind of get adjacency bonuses. Although I know with Gaul there's not that ability as much to do so. I'm hoping we're going to be leading in terms of civics, really, in comparison to everyone else, given how well we're doing in terms of culture. Let's actually have a look. Overall, culture, yeah, we're beating Caesar and Pericles. But that's not really a true indication, because tourism is obviously the future for culture. Wins, but that's not really what we're going to do at the moment. We will, however, build a mine there, just so we're pretty much mined out. Let's keep having a look down what's down here, because we might think about another city down there. Still 8 turns to get there, and their loyalty is building. But let's see what we can do. If we can get down that city there, that'd be excellent. If not, then we could have some trouble. Okay, we're into the classical era with ironworking, which means we can get our oppidum down, which is excellent. I'm actually going to change our audience chamber over to an oppidum, because oppidum is only 6 turns away. And we can get one there, which is a pretty basic tile anyway. 3 production, which is fine. And it gets us the oppidum out nice and soon, which is excellent. So that will give us some culture score. I want to go for the masonry, but I also want to get the writing down, but we can get writing down a little bit because we're not going for a campus this turn anyway. We do need to watch our science going forward. Let's get the... We'll get the battering ram this turn. We'll do the battering ram next, because then we can start focusing on science, currency, and so forth. I just want to be able to take out Corinth as best possible. We're going to send a trader over to Auckland. That would help them. They would like us a bit more. We get 3 gold. And it also builds a road towards Corinth, which is not a bad thing, so we can get there a little bit quicker. Although Pericles is not going to be too happy. City is ours, I would suggest you don't interfere. Well, tough. So, this builder here will just build a mine. So we've got mines everywhere. But still another 10 turns until growth. Food is a little bit tough to come by here, so we will go towards stuff like a granary, and pretty much whatever else we can do to boost food going forward. Now, down over here, how are we doing? Still, I mean, the growth in the city is horrendously slow. For turn 57, this is slow indeed. Okay, so far we can still get down there if we're lucky. All we might need to do, we might just need to put a governor down there to deal with it, but that's fine. I probably want to get myself a builder down there, but I also want to suzerain the military of Namadaw and go to war with Pericles, because Pericles looks fun to deal with. Do I have a cast a spell against him? Probably not. I can denounce, which would give me 5 turns. He does have a lot more strength than I do, but I think he's left Corinth kind of undefended at the moment, and I want it. So, in 5 turns, are we going to have enough gold? Almost certainly not, unless I sell something to Caesar. Caesar, do you want some whales? Would you give me some money? One-time deal, 138. Was that enough? You'll give me 238. And would you give me some gold per turn as well? You might give me some if I'm lucky. If I can wangle this. Not quite. There we go. 2 gold per turn and 238 gold up front. You know what? I may as well. I could just go for a war straight away. Because, so, 150 war, 150 grievances for straight up war, or I can denounce, and then have a formal war, but that's only 25 less. Greece. Soldiers are not like trees. When they're destroyed, they're not so easily replaced. We are taking you out. Namadaw has declared war on Fez. Fez has declared war on Ambiorix. So Fez and me are not buddies. Where is Fez? Fez is below us. I'm not too worried. Not too worried at all. What happened to our trade route, by the way? Oh no, our trade route's there. That's fine. Namadaw, we are going to levy the military. 305 gold. We get... Oh yes, Army of Cthulhu. Levy the military of Namadaw. That's an achievement. Apparently, I have not levied the military from Namadaw before. Gaul is not... Roman's not going to like us, but we're a declared friend, so there's not much he can really do about it for another 15 turns. So, I'm happy about that. We are taking Corinth. But on that cliffhanger, we will leave things there. So, this is your new series, replacing Stronghold when it finishes. Stronghold has another 2 parts to go. One of them is already recorded, and is due to be edited in the next day or 2. But I wanted to play some Civ 6, so here we are. And a little bit of a slow start, for sure. But if we can take Corinth, maybe even a couple of other of the outlying cities of Greece, then we might be okay. We've got a good military here from Namadaw, but we've got 30 turns to make it work. And we're hopefully going to get down here in time before Caesar's loyalty kind of pushes us forwards there. Because eventually it's just going to keep on growing. So we've got 6 turns to make it there. But I just want to claim this bit before he does. Because this bit I think we can get relatively safely. Once we get a builder out in Summer Road Breather, that will help us grow that a little bit quicker. There's an encampment right there, so we're going to be pretty up close. Oh, we also have a boat with... That's actually quite helpful. We've got a boat with Namadaw as well, so we can go see what's out and about. And let us start moving. I suppose we could go for swordsmen if we had the money, but we don't really. Right, you're going to just start laying into Corinth. Oh yes, I said I was ending the part there. Let me end the part there. We will hopefully take out Corinth next time. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.